What's up everybody, luimarco here. A very spontaneous video about a very sad news actually. Kimbo Slice, a fighter, he was mostly known in UFC, but I knew him prior to that, and probably most of you guys knew him before UFC days. So he passed away today at the very early age of 42 in Florida, where he was admitted this morning for heart issues, and the reason was a heart failure. So may he rest in peace, bro. I mean, I remember this guy, as I mentioned before, the days of the UFC. The first actually event that made him famous was this famous battle versus a cop street fight, bare naked knucklehead, and they were fighting pretty much, for a long period of time. Sure enough, he lost versus this cop. I think this cop his name was Big D, right? And it was extreme fighting. It was all over the news. Of course, it is illegal. And then he went on to fight other guys on the street of Florida as well. This is Dreads, a Jamaican guy. He won against him, and so on and so forth, right? And then next thing you know, he was admitted to do the Ultimate Fighter number 10, which is like a school in a sense, like a reality show when they admit guys and they do battle, and the winners actually will win. They will be admitted actually to the UFC. Not only the winners, but the top guys. Like they take about 6 or 8 from any event, and they will make them enter the UFC. Sure enough, he passed the test. He was in Rampage Jackson team, right? This is again the street fight where he lost, but he lost because they were tired. These guys broke their hands, their fists were broken, their head was literally bruised. I mean, this cop, his face was absolutely battered, even though he won. It was absolutely extreme. Another fight, actually, these fights were quite popular about a decade ago on YouTube, right? And that's it, bro. I mean, wow, it's an era actually that basically dropping down. A lot of bad news lately for the UFC. Like the biggest reporter of the UFC, namely Ariel Halwani, today, basically the UFC told him, bro, you're no longer welcome ever. You're basically disregarded forever from UFC, because he announced the fight and the comeback actually of Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar is coming back, and this dude is pretty much going out. You guys recognize Rampage Jackson, Rashad, right? Both are foes. And here is actually Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice was a small heavyweight, right? He was a small heavyweight. A lot of these guys are still fighting. Like this guy is Schaub, if I do recall, Nelson, Big Belly Nelson. And there is a guy, Matt Mitrione, this guy right here, Meathead. These guys are still fighting until today in the UFC. And of course, the 2 Hall of Famers, Rampage Jackson and Rashad Evans. So very sad news. May he rest in peace. And that's it, guys. Tell me if you guys remember this fellow here. I'll be waiting for your comments. Remind me of some of these memories. 42 years old, bro. Quite young. Heart attack, bro. Life is a bitch, and then we die, bro.